I'm waving at you. Hello. This is Janice, your natural hair care practitioner tutor. Today, I believe, is going to be a good day for everyone involved in this day. I'm trying to find the date. I have, yes, you're plugged in today, which is good. We're going to get started. The time is, for some reason, it's not showing it today. I'm so sorry. Oh, there it is. 7:34. It usually puts it up here. So it's 39 seconds, 40 seconds. The Oregon Health Licensing Agency Board of Cosmetology Natural Hair Care Training Module. I did find out yesterday that you have to go through this module. Then you have to have proof that you went through the module by getting or handing in the next to the last page or the last page. Oh, it got bent. You have to hand this in with your application. And then once you have turned in your application, you have 2 years to take the test. But that's why we're going over this module so that when you go to Salem to take the test, you can take the test. um, Hold on one sec. I have it. It says Natural Hair Care Certification Application. So you have to turn in this application right here. It's 3 pages, but don't like not do it. And you're supposed to have a copy, so I made 2 copies for myself. And the reason I said don't not do it is because whatever your anxieties are regarding taking a test or applying for like an application or license or anything like that, just let it go. Seriously, just let it go. And the reason I'm saying that is because I used to be like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go any further. I got to take a test. That's what we're tutoring you for. That's what I'm tutoring myself for. That's why I'm continually going over this so that you can talk yourself through or talk through it. Um, I'm doing live now, but I would really like to do this via Periscope or Facebook Live. The reason I say Periscope is because you can do it privately, like we're doing it privately here. You have to just know that I'm on, be a follower, etc. Facebook Live, anybody basically can come on. That's not a bad thing, but you want, your followers to follow you. And I'm always doing everything on social media um, at the same time: Facebook Live, YouTube, Periscope, etc. But this time, I want this to be personal. I'm like I said, the more I talk about it, the more I get involved, the more I learn, the more I want to protect my license. I want to protect it. And I'm to the point now whereas I am only gonna work with those who do what I do. Meaning I want you all to have your own community, or I want a community where everyone does the tutoring, where everyone, like, if I open up a I'm trying to think of the word that they use when we talk practitioner. If I open up a facility, I want maybe 10 or 11 people. I want a locker. I want a twister. I want a practitioner who does locks. Besides myself, I want a practitioner who does braids. I want a practitioner who does twist styles. I want a practitioner who uh, does the threading. I want to practice like that. I want every single, I believe it's 10. I want every single, and I'm going to call them callings. I want every single person that has a calling in the natural hair care practitioner bank to come and to be a part of Lobster's Embassy. Because I told you all, right now, all I'm doing is just going over and over and over the manual itself, the module itself, so that we can take the test. From the test, I've already seen that you can fill out a form on line to become a licensed facility owner. And it retells you on the application itself that what is the name of your facility. It tells you where to put it on so it can be seen. You have to have the license and all that. So it's like everything is going together, and that's the way I want to keep it. I want to keep it simple so that when it's time to learn new stuff and new things, like I was telling you um, on the last video, I had to make sure it's last one. When I was telling you on the last video that in North Carolina, they started natural hair care specialists, took it out of cosmetology school where you have to spend hours, thousands of hours just to do this segment. So there was a young lady there that took it out of that, and then she has on her website that as of a certain date in 2011, you're going to have to do 300 hours within a school like that. So we're getting in on the ground floor. That's why I'm continuing going over this and then adding as I go. And then this is one of the things I just learned. The application is online and you just fill it out. You put your name, your address, your phone number, your business phone number, your email address, whether you're male or female, your birth date, your social security number, and have you ever been known under any other name? Yes or no? Do you hold or have a you previously held licensure, certification, or registration with the Help Licensing Office or any other state? And I put that I was a licensed med aid once, but I don't remember. I know it was in Oregon. They had my name, so they should be able to look it up. So that what they did was they said license or certification or registration number. I was a licensed certified med aid, and then the expiration date was 2004. Um, individual, no. It says, are you now or have you ever been the subject of any active or inactive disciplinary action or voluntary resignation of a professional license, certificate or registration or permit imposed by a licensing or regulatory authority in this or any other state? Disciplinary action includes, but is not limited to, probation, suspension, civil penalty, or any other sanction limiting in any way a license, certificate, registration, or permit. Whew, I was glad I said no. I mean, it was like, whew. Well, I did get in trouble in 2000 and no 1999 when my daughter was 9. I spanked my daughter and got in trouble, but it got expunged. But I still put that in there. As of today, are you on probation or parole? No. And I'm telling you this because I don't want you to go, oh no, and start getting all afraid and I might not pass, because that's not why they're asking. They're asking because if you are going to be working with people, if you're going to be working with people, um, and the board itself, the Oregon Health Licensing Agency, the one that gives the license, need to know so that they can check and see if you are still able to work with people. Like if you're still on probation, it goes on to say, well, you have to tell us how come. Okay, now let me read it. As part of your application for initial or renewed occupational or professional license, certification, or registration issued by the Health License Office. That's HLO. I was trying to figure out what HLO means. And then I found this. So HLO. Health Licensing Office, you are required to provide your social security number to the office. And if you'll know up here, or so you need to know up here that your social security number basically is your state's or your life's history. You know, if you're convicted of something and they need to find out, they get your social security number, or if you're like that. So if the people that you're going to rent from um, look up your social security number, they can find out whether you're telling the truth, whether you've ever been evicted or not, or like that. So by law, that's why um, you need to tell it to the office. This is mandatory. The authority of of this requirement is, I believe it's ORS, Oregon State Laws 25 dash dot like that. It just gives you all these different numbers. Failure to provide your social security number will be a basis to refuse to issue or renew the license. But giving it is not the reason why. So any of the information they find out regarding you is not a reason why. They have to literally tell you why they did not accept, or not you going, oh, like I just told you, I got in trouble for spanking my daughter when she was 9 in like 1999. So this is 2018, and it's expunged. So they won't. If they found it, somebody should be in trouble, because once something gets expunged or corrected, that means that you did everything that you possibly can do to show forth, because you have to take an extra step to get stuff expunged from the record. So to show forth that you are doing your part. So that means that since I did my part, then they have to do theirs, and they can't say no because of whatever, by law. And I like this because this is law abiding. I mean, we have to apply all the rules, regulations, standards. Hold on, I wrote it down. Requirements and laws. We have to do them, so that means they have to do them also. Okay, so don't be like fearful or not do it because you think they're going to say no because of what happened years ago. Don't do that to yourself. Because look, if you made it this far, this is the way I feel about everything in life. If I made it this far and I am going above and beyond to help others, that's like Father saying, no, little one, you can't do it. You know, I mean, and he's not going to say that. So don't allow your mind to think that he is. Because if you want to do this, whatever you want to do, there is a way to do it and the way to prosper in it. Okay? Okay, let me see how else can I talk to you. And then it says, I have examined this application. Oh, I put it on the application. I typed it in what I'm telling you about getting in trouble. Let me see if I can find it. I got in trouble for spanking my daughter 9 in 1999. It is expunged in 2004. And then I put, and it says year convicted. And I put 2000. Okay. Oh, and then as a part of that, and then there's a whole lot of laws, and it says I authorize the health licensing office to conduct criminal background checks, and the office requests that you voluntarily provide your social security number for this purpose. One minute is the law, and if you don't do it, you're not. But then it's they requesting it so they can do the background check. Okay, I'm just saying. I understand my application may be subject to a criminal background check. And they might do a criminal background check on me because I put yes. But I'll get to be there and find out. Let me see if they're gonna come up with anything. Well, it doesn't say anything. Okay, and then it page 3. This is the last one. It says complete this section only if submitting payment by mail. So when we go to take the test, we have to have this form, because right down here under requirements, it says meet the requirement of OAR 331 Division 30. And what that is you have to go over the module. Okay? That's basically what it is. You have to do the module. It's not like you can go, I'm just gonna take the test. I ain't doing the module. Let's see. You have to be honest up front from the get-go. And then you're supposed to submit a completed application form prescribed by the health licensing office, which must contain the information listed in OAR 331 030 00 4 zeros at the end, and be accompanied by payment of the required application fee. So if you mail it in, I think I'm gonna mail mine in, but anyway, but you can bring the money in with you. Equals $20, and the the certificate fee is $25. The thing is, okay, and then the see the method of payment section above. I was like, ooh, I get to send in all the money anyway. But if you don't, you're still gonna have to pay both of these fees. You're gonna have to have this application in, and if you don't take the test that day, you have 2 years before you can take the test, and before the application expires. Okay. It says submit two forms of acceptable identification as listed in OAR 331 030 and you Google it. But what it is both must include applicant's current legal name, front and back of legible, clear photocopy if submitted by mail, pursuant, and while it's saying it's submitted by mail, the day of the test. The tests are walk-ins. In Portland, Oregon, they're in Salem, Oregon. I mean, in Portland, hold on. In Oregon, the test is in Salem, Oregon, and then you're allowed 4 hours to take the test. It doesn't take that long, but you're allowed from 9:30 to whenever it closed. And some people are taking more than one test, it says, so that they actually to come early enough to take all the tests. Like if you're gonna take 3 tests, don't come at 12:30. If the office closed at 1:30, like that. That's what they were saying, asking. And the two good forms is your ID or your driver's license, because that has a photo, or your passport, because that has a photo, along with your birth certificate. So if you only ask for two, but one of them have to have a picture of you and your name that you call yourself. Like I call myself Janice Faye Osborne. So it has to have my name on my driver's license or my so for the travel around the world, expires in like 10 to 12 years. Passport, I just said it. I don't know why I wasn't thinking of it. Okay, then you have to submit proof of having completed the informational training modules regarding natural hair care available on the HLO Health Licensing Office website and complete and pass. So it's you have to read this. You have to have that certificate that I will show you that if you um, want to be part of Ms. Janice's community, where she continually teaches, continually goes over professionalism, continually has uh, tests. I told you right now, I'm just doing the manual. I'm going through the manual. I'm telling you all the steps that you need to take. I'm telling you where you can find the information. I'm just telling you everything. And then after I take the test, then you start having tests regarding questions on the test. You really need to remember that. Just some pointers, some heads up. And then complete and pass a board approved written examination within 2 years before the date of application. So if you take your app, if I take my test on October the 3rd of next month, then I if I submit my application October the 3rd of next month, then that means before October the 2nd. It says right here, within 2 years before the date of application. So the date is the 3rd, but I need to have my test and everything taken, my written test taken before October the 3rd. So that means October the 2nd. Okay, what else? I think that's it. I needed to make sure I got all of that in. That's the application. And this is the certificate. I might have put it back. I'm not sure. Yep. And this is the certificate. So I'm not trying to like not tell you anything. I'm just making sure that you know that we are in the first stages, or the baby stages, or the starter stages, or the incubation stages of natural hair care practitioner training. The last time we were together, I was telling how in North Carolina it started off sort of like this, and then school people that had their license started school, and then from there they added on their website that at 2003 there you have to go to school to keep up those continue education courses and like that, and you have to go to an approved school. They are an approved and licensed facility who is registered through the state of North Carolina. So that's where I am planning on going. I'm planning on practicing at a school who will let me practice before I get my facility or start my facility. Because, like I just said earlier, I want 10 people who are professional and already learning to better themselves at braiding, twisting, weaving, whatever we can do or whatever we are licensed, allowed, have the standards for, uh, have the rules and the regulations for, have been practicing at, is what I'm going to be teaching at my licensed facility. Okay, now let's begin. Oregon Health Licensing Agency. That took 22 minutes. I still have 15. Board of Cosmetology Natural Hair Care Training Module. Natural hair care. During the 2013 legislative session, House Bill 3409 passed. And I said, remember that as if it's a address. Creating natural hair care as a field of practice under the Board of Cosmetology. Board of Cosmetology. Hence, we're in our baby stages. So there's going to be more laws, rules, and regulations. There are going to be more standards. They're going to be. Because as things grow and expand, excellence expands and grows also. Professionalism expands and grows also. So you want to start being professional now. You don't want to wait till you get a job. You want to start doing it now. Training module. There are no formal education or school required to qualify for natural hair care certification. Now, did you hear that? And this is the PowerPoint, so you know it can change. Laws change, rules change. It may soon, in a few years, there is formal education or schools required to qualify for. See, I just took the word no out. That's all I did. And said, instead of saying there are formal education or schools, I added an S on schools. A training module has been provided to help familiarize individuals with that word right there means more is coming. Familiarize individuals with the necessary information to practice natural hair care. In addition to the Oregon Revised Statutes and Oregon Administrative Rule governing natural hair care practitioners. So we are being defined now. We'll put it that way. When someone says natural hair care, you won't go, well, it's well, I can. No, you are going over this module several times with Miss Janice just so you can answer that. I remember when I was going to school to be a phlebotomist, and it wasn't really well known, right? And when you go to the doctor, and they said, "Well, we're going to send you to room 408," so that the specialist or whoever they call them, they didn't call them a phlebotomist, can take your blood. So when I became a phlebotomist, I was telling people what I was going to school for, and then I had to explain, you know, they take your blood. It was like, oh, a vampire. One person said, oh, I thought that had something to do with the phlegm. Anyway. Okay, natural hair care. These are prohibitions. Prohibitions. Natural hair care practitioners, that's me and you, do does not include penetrating chemical hair treatments such as hair coloring, hair joining, hair bleaching, hair straightening, permanent wave styles. So basically, if it's natural hair, like they don't have chemicals colored, the hair isn't straight, the hair isn't joined, you know, sewed in, whatever, or it's already done, we don't do that type of hair. But if you want to, you can take more classes. You can take, spend hours at a facility. Because some things might be added that we're not able to do now. Okay? Okay, now these are the people that I'm going to work with. So I want to work with braiders, cornrow, cornrows, cornrow specialists, extending hair specialists, lacing specialists, locking specialists, sewing specialist, twisting specialist, weaving specialist, wrapping specialist, hair extension specialist, and I'm going to put on there tutor, natural hair licensed natural hair care practitioner tutor, because that's going to be me. That's going to be my forte, and I'm going to be a lot meister. I'm going to be I'm going to specialize in locking. So natural hair care includes the following procedures when performed upon human hair, natural fibers, or synthetic fibers. Human hair, natural fibers, or synthetic fibers. I am happy that that's what I know I want to work with. I want to work with people that specialize in these because as a tutor, I want to become a teacher in this. So, and I want to have a license, and I'm going to have a licensed facility where these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 2, 10 specialists work. And when it comes time, like we'll meet people, and let's say that our favorite weaving person in our licensed facility is named Evelyn. And so what we do as a group is know who does what, who specializes in what, and we become like a family, and we give Miss Evelyn her props. Girl, you want your hair weaved? Well, come over to Lobster's Embassy. And what we do there, we have specialists in every area. Not only do we do hair, but we show people, we show our clients how to do what we do so that if they want to do it in our facility, that they can, you see what I'm saying? We want the facility to grow to a bigger school. So we will need another type or a different type of facility. We won't just have Lobsters Embassy in North Portland, but we will have, or Northeast Portland, or we will have Lobsters Embassy in Beaverton. We will have Lobsters Embassy in Lake Oswego. We will have Lobsters because we were already started but we want to expand our territories. Okay. So, and as you see, if you look at some of my prior videos, I wasn't like this. I mean, I am so fired up because of what I'm reading and how we're in the starter phases and how we are able to hire and how we are able to become entrepreneurs and how we're able to, because see, you can get your own chair uh, starting at $99 for a real chair that used to be higher and now they sell them for 99 and up. So look now, Walmart. Just Google hairstyling chairs or barbers chairs. Google barbers chairs. That's what I did, and I saw it once. It was like 199, and I was gonna help my sister to get one for my daughter, and then all of a sudden it was 99. We quickly got that. It was the same chair, and then they came in different colors. So you want to start like I'm doing. You want to start with what you have first. You want to start with what you have. You saw my high chair. It's a stool, but it has a back, and you can sit back. You have the footrest, and it's up high enough. But then I have a lower chair, and it's big wider. Whereas the chair that I was telling you about, I'm trying to think of it. Was artisans? I think it's artisans. I'm not sure, but I think it's artisans at artisan.com. ARTISAN. Anyway, and if it's not, I'll find out. But the chair that I'm talking about is wide, is comfortable, is plush. It's the kind you wipe off all the time. I told you about the capes, the ponchos that have the what is it called? What is it called? The hoods at the dollar store. $1. They're pretty thick, but you cut you cut off the hood. You zip it open, cut it open. You put this way around the person's neck. You turn the poncho around. You put it on there, and you use a long clip, or you use a butterfly clip. Butterfly clip. I'm just telling you, we're getting started. We're getting started. We're getting started. Okay. So, and like I said, I like the word community better because that's out, going out, that's reaching out. I said family, but I like uh, the community. Lobsters Embassy community. And I am thinking now that I want the age to be between 18 through the start, 18 on up. Because if you're willing to take these tutorials with Miss Janice, take the test, it's like you're already paying in, you're already doing your dues, you're already working together with me. And I'm excited about that. It reminds me of a scripture that's in the Bible when churches first started. They would pull everything like pull, or pool everything, every resource that they had together, like we're doing, and then they're bringing people to their community. They'll go out to a regular job for a little while, and then they'll meet people at their regular job, or if they do something other than hair all the time. Me personally, I plan on doing this all the time because I get to spend my time with it. Okay. And the reason I said I get to spend my time with it is because where I live, I can have people, I can teach classes downstairs in the fellowship hall. We have a basement that is set apart, has its own entrance, etc. It's awesome where I live. And what I do is I work at church 24/7. I even have the church phone like that. Okay, so natural hair care includes the following, and then it says what it does not include. So we've done there. And you want to kind of remember if I without the what is it called? What is it called? What is it called? Without the perming. You want to work on kids. In order to remember these, you need to remember what you did not do with your kids. Like, let me say sewing, for example. When we started uh, sewing our children, if I sewed, if I did any sewing at all, It was hair with hair. It was like I braided the hair, and then I, put the lash hook the hair for like that. That's the only sewing I did. I know that's not what it means, but that's all I did with kids. So in order for me to remember the different things or the different types of hair styling that we can do as a natural licensed natural hair care practitioner, all I have to do is think of what I did to my children's hair and add sewing and add weaving because I twisted it, I wrapped it, I added extensions, hair extensions. I did locking styles, but I did not lock my daughter's hair. I didn't let my daughter's hair lock. I just did a lot of twists all over the hair. I did the twisting technique, and her hair was like way down here. And I waited until it just strung up to about here, and then take it out. Braiding, cornrowing. I don't even really know what lacing is. I kind of know because of wigs, but other than that, I really don't know. I have to look that one up. That's another one. Write that down. I got all these on this paper right here. Lacing hair is what I'm putting down here. Intricacy. Remember Cassimus? Cassimus. Cassimus is a style of cornrowing hair where you cornrow under. And remember how I learned that? I didn't have a name for it. That's the way I cornrow. And then since I've been going over this module, I was like, what? I gotta stop. There's a name for what I've been doing all this time. Hair is defined. Hair is defined. Okay. What natural human hair is an appendage of the skin, which is a slender thread-like cylinder of impacted protein and keratinized cells that is an outgrowth of the epidermis layer. Remember, the epidermis is this part. The dermis is what's under this part. This is human hair, you guys. It's an appendage. That means it sticks out of. The nose is an appendage. It sticks out of your face. Uh, okay, this is the hair's function. Now, this I really did not know. The primary function I did not know. The secondary function I knew because of the scripture. The primary function is to insulate the body from the heat and cold and to protect the head from injury and physical trauma. Okay, the secondary function, adornment. Can you imagine the test you're going to have soon? And it asks questions. It's not multiple choice. It asks questions. I saw that. I googled sampled natural hair care practitioner test, and if you pay or sign up, you can get like 100 questions or something like that. But it's not the exact ones. It's like questions that you should know the answers to. It asks for real questions. For example, it'll say hair structure. Name the two parts of hair structure. And of course, it's not going to answer. So it's almost like the page is going to be like, and one of them begins with the R and the other one begins with an S. So if you remember sir, the S and the R, sir, see, SR, then you should remember it. It's the shaft and the root. The shaft and the root. And then remember that there's one that has a picture. Let me see if you can see this. See, there's the word shaft and root. But here's the picture. And I told you this is 0.01 of anatomy and physiology because they show you all of this and then they only talk about two, the shaft and the root. They have the dermis, they have the sebaceous gland, they have the sebaceous tissue, they have the blood vessel. But right now we only talk about the hair shaft and the hair root. The root is all the way at the bottom. So just think of your hair as a plant. You water it, it'll grow. This is the root right here. And then the shaft is the part that sticks out of the skin. This is the shaft, the part that sticks out of the skin, and this is the root. But we're going to learn about epidermis, dermis, sebaceous tissue, sebaceous gland, hair follicle, and hair root, hair shaft. And we're going to learn about hair root and hair shaft. Sir, shaft, root. Okay? The first structure is the hair root. The hair root is located below the surface of the epidermis, which is the outer layer of the skin, and composed of 5 main parts. Now, here you go. So anytime it tells you something, you make sure to remember. I have to remember that. Because now it's telling you what the hair root is. Not only what it is, but what it's connected to, or what area of the body that the hair root is connected to. And if you notice, this is basically this. If you notice, this is hair on your arm, or your leg, or your neck, or your head. No, that's not. Okay, the follicle, erector pili, sebaceous gland, bulb, and the papilla. It didn't say bulb on here. Hold on, unless I missed it. Nope. So right now it's talking about the main, this right here, the root. It's talking about this one. See, it even has blood. It's talking about this one. And it even is connected to a blood vessel. Yep, blood vessel. Hold on one sec. I'm gonna wipe this camera off. I don't know if that's it. I thought I'm thinking, close your eyes. Close your eyes. I'm thinking that maybe I did something. It does look a little. Thank you for closing your eyes. Okay, this one right here though sounds like the skull. Because when it's talking about the hair structure, to me, it looks like the I don't know why it's just turned this way, but since it is, I'll show you again. But that looks like the skin, doesn't it? Of your arm or leg or something. Maybe the back of your neck. But the way this is sounding, it sounds like it's talking about your skull. Okay, we did the hair root. Now we're talking about the follicle. We did not do the shaft yet. Structure, follicle. The follicle encompasses the hair root and determines texture and curl formation. Now it's talking about hair, the type of hair. I saw a man's chest before, and it had nappy hair on it. It was like, ew. Oh, anyway, the structure, erector pili. The erector pili is an involuntary muscle attached to the underside of the follicle. The muscle is sensitive to fear or cold, which causes it to contract. Have you ever heard someone sing before? And it's like you just noticed that something was happening to the hair on your skin. It's like, oh, or if you get cold and your hair sticks. Anyway, I think that's what they're talking about. What makes that happen is there's a muscle there. Okay, structure, sebaceous gland. We're still talking about the hair root. Structure, sebaceous gland. The sebaceous gland provides the follicle with natural oils or sebum, sebum, which adds luster and pliability to the hair and scalp. I think tomorrow I'm going to go over this one again myself. Structure, hair bulb. The hair bulb is located at the very bottom of the hair root, which fits over and covers the papilla. If that was Spanish, it would be papilla. Instead of whatever. Hmm. But I'm glad I cleaned the lens because that made it a whole lot prettier. Structure, papilla. The papilla is a small root area at the base of the hair that is filled with an ample supply of rich blood and nourishes the hair and stimulates growth and regeneration. I think I'm gonna have to start taking notes. It's beginning to feel like I'm learning, but it's beginning to feel like the only way I'm gonna know this is if I see it somewhere else. I don't know if that's explainable, but the hair shaft. Here we go. Now we're at the shaft. So it's the shaft and the root. SR. Those are the two structures of the hair. The hair shaft, and then both of them have different parts. It's almost like this is your hand. This one part is the palm. The other part is the fingers. The fingers are the appendages, like that. I'm just saying. Would you get your appendage out of my face? No. Okay, let me give it more. Hold on. Structure, hair shaft. The hair shaft, also known as the stem of the hair, consists of three main layers which project above the epidermis. Now, from that first picture, you notice that the epidermis is this, and then the dermis is under this. So the epidermis is the skin, and the dermis is under the skin. Hence, epi, epi, EPI. It's the cuticle, the cortex, and the medulla. Now here's a picture. Cuticle, cortex, medulla. Try to get it. Is that too close? Cuticle, you see it? Cortex, medulla. Medulla is the, oh, it's going to tell us. Never mind. I just remembered. The hair shaft, cuticle. The cuticle is the outermost layer of the hair shaft, which consists of flattened keratin cells and amino acids, sound like food, that protects and seals the inner structure of the hair and can create shiny, smooth, silky feeling. I like when I was looking and going over one of the classes that they have in North Carolina, how it's the same exact this, and they added more to it. Like they said, the the origin of hair, and then they said practical and test, a written test. And I was like, you do that, but I don't do the written test part. I'm gonna start doing it. It's almost like when I'm trying to explain to you. It's good now. It's simple. All I'm doing is talking you through. But good and well that there's going to be a test. Because if you're going to have to take a test, there should be some written part. And that now I'm starting to feel that I'm learning it here. I can add a few words here and there. It's like that. But I think that if I had a test, it would make me feel better. So I think tomorrow we're going to have a test. Because this is what our third time going over this. You should know this by now. Hair shaft, cortex. The cortex is the middle layer of the hair shaft, which is the thick part of the shaft, and is filled with melanin, keratin, protein cells, and microfibrils that give hair its color, length, strength, resilience, and moisture content. This word right here, the medulla, is my favorite word out of all of the hair parts, the parts of the hair, the medulla. The medulla, this is the word medulla, not the meaning. The medulla is the innermost core of the shaft, which consists of sponge-like baggy cells that are found in thick, coarse hair and can be non-existent in very thin hair, and very thin, light-colored hair. I left out about 3 words. Okay, now we're going to learn how hair grows. It says hair growth. There are 3 distinct cycles to normal hair growth: anagen, catagen, telogen. Anagen, Catagen, Telagn. And let me see if I'm right. I was guessing. Nope, it's Anagen, right? Catagen, Catagen, Telogen, 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 not telogen. Okay, and then they give you some pictures. And this is the process of how hair grows. I might not get it right if I try to explain it, but I do know that there's a length of time between the hair growing, maturing, strengthening. If that's the long length of time. Then it starts breaking. So it starts to grow, then it grows, then it breaks, and I'm gonna get it. But anyway, let's read. Oh, and the acronym for that is ACT, ACT. That's one of the ways I remember it. Anagen, catagen, telogen. Hair growth, anagen. Anagen is the active growing phase when the bulb is moving up through the follicle and new hair is being produced. So I think of a beard or a mustache. That phase to me helps me to remember anagen, pathogen intelligence. The difference is instead of it breaking off or whatever, falling out or pubic sugar, then it goes down. And then you know, it starts the cycle again. Oh! Anagen is the active growing phase when the bulb is moving up through the follicle and new hair is being produced. This phase can last up to 7 years. I've never really seen a bald headed beard. I mean, a balded beard, whatever. A face that has a beard with bald spots. So I'm going to say that we are done for today. I did my best to talk you through the website information that you get when you go on the website to receive your application. I did my best to let you know how this is in such an early stage that it'd be best if you jump in now. I did my best to show you the certificate that you need in order to become a licensed natural hair care practitioner, meaning for the hey, I can put L license, N natural, H hair care, P practitioner. Licensed natural hair care practitioner. I'm going to keep this on this side because I'm going to put it in. We're going to go through our next 21 pages. And just surround yourself with information regarding who you are, who you are. To see if you want to be that. You might go take the test and everything. Well, you know, I don't even like this. I don't want to be. I used to do that when I was coming up. I went to school for so many different things. And almost when it got time to finish, and because I'll be honest, I really had a fear of taking tests. I was like, I don't want to be doing this when I'm 50. You know, not, I can get my foot in the door and then decide what I want to do. Like maybe I want to work for a hospital. So I won't have to learn that much. I won't have to, I think I'm going to get a book on anatomy of hair. It has to be one. Or go to a beautician school tomorrow and see if I can get one of their books. I really don't have to go to school. I can just go to Mount Hood Community College and buy a book from the bookstore because they have hair cosmetology school there. Okay, so I'm on 22, and then 21 pages is 43. Here's tomorrow's lesson. And I need this because I want to make up a test for tomorrow. Okay, this is Miss Janice. I'm ready to sign off. Getting my book out. What is this called, guys? Begins with T. Rhymes with school. But that's hard. I'm going to make sure you pass this test. I'm going to make sure you pass this test. Oh, I hope I find somebody to go to sailing with me. I plan on going on my own. It takes an hour and a half to get there, and it's starting to get dark earlier. So I might have to go on Saturday. Find it on Saturday. I'm not taking the test Saturday, even though I can. I mean, not meaning I can take it because it'll be open. The facility will be open. I mean, I can take the test whenever I want. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mail in all my information. So when I get there, I'm more sure they're going to send me something. But when I get there, my name will be in the computer. I won't have to wait that long in line or anything. No, I don't know. I'm just so excited. That's going to be like the easiest $45. I think when I took a training in Spanish to get my certificate, it was like hundreds of dollars. It was online, but it was hundreds of dollars, probably about 400, 500. And I hardly ever use Spanish. I mean, I listen to Spanish, I read Spanish, etc. I tutor Spanish. I'm just so excited. I don't even know how to act. I wish somebody was there right now so that I can say, I am so excited. I mean, but I did it anyway. But I am so excited, not only for myself, but for all the people that Father's going to send for me to help, the tutor. And I like practicing. I practice preaching, I practice healing, I practice setting people free, delivering. I practice everything. Hallelujah. Anyway, let me let you go so that I can go and start this test for tomorrow. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot. I did not wash my hair today, but I soaked it like I normally do every morning. And I put, I sprayed the biotin, biotin thickening shampoo mixed with water, castor oil, apple cider vinegar, and what did I say? Conditioner. I didn't say, I said that wrong. The biotin thickening conditioner, water, castor oil, and apple cider vinegar. And towel dried it a little, and then put my locks on. And then this is, like I said, this is what I normally do. Just make sure. Oh, today I actually had to. My rubber bands was like some of them was like right down here at the end. You can see like here how the hair is growing in the parts. That's how it starts. Normally this is over here. I tried to put them here. I want my hair to go like this. Here, here, this, then back this way. I just want this little part right here or this little part right here. I haven't decided yet, but the rest of it is going to go back like that. This right here, these hairs are getting thicker. Hold on, let me make sure it's separated. Then I'll show you the back. And I'm liking the rubber band. What do they call? What is this called? There's different types of hairstyles, and this is considered one of the ones where, oh my goodness. Anyway, let me show you guys something. See how this rubber band is like down here? This is the end of the lock, but this is the rubber band. And like I said, you can see how hair is growing in the parts. I'm just separating with a big chunk right there. It's a hairstyle that you don't bother. See, if somebody was on, y'all be able to tell me. That's one of our practicing words. I almost forgot to show y'all my hair. I would have if I wouldn't have kept talking, because I was going to show it to you when I was doing skin, uh, the, the subcutaneous, subcutaneous gland, root, epidermis, dermis, blood vessel, bulb. See, now I'm going from picture to speak. I see a picture. So there's all different ways that people learn. And I'm noticing, like I said today, that I need to have this off of the page so that I can really remember what I'm saying. I was talking natural hair care practitioner today when I was explaining stuff. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to get that name, that hairstyle that you don't bother. Hey, yeah. I don't think styles and structures is coming in. I got hair growth, hair growth, hair characteristics, type and texture. That's the one with the O's. Diameter, porosity. I looked up I put natural hair care practitioner on YouTube and it's talking about porosity. I was like, oh, that's why I got stuck. I'm sorry. This is still doing a little bit more of anatomy, physiology. Diseases and disorders, funguses. That's tomorrow. Parasites, scabies, head lice, itch mites. No, it's not in there. I cannot believe I don't think it is. And you don't bother your hair. What is that called? It's a such and such style. See, you won't be able to do this at no test. You're taking a test and like, oh man, what page is that on? It was in the module. I know. I remember it. Okay, styles and technique. Protective style, and I didn't even get to it. I'm gonna look in here. Oh, talking about improper. See, I can go through this all day. Man, it's almost like, what's wrong with me? I really, really am enjoying this, and I figure while I'm enjoying it, I better bring as many people in as possible. Okay, let me get to this part again, telling you how fat the the roots are, the base of the lock itself. Okay, I was trying to find a fat one. This is considered to me that could be a fat one, and it's the rubber band isn't holding it that in that well. I mean, restricting it. The rubber band is barely restricting it, and that's the part I like because remember the top of Miss Janice's head is the where the new growth is, and it does not need to be pulled. There really needs to be no tension at all, and because I know that my in the is in the stage, um, You don't want tension on it. It's like the baby had to be shaved. So when I took this off, see how I just started spreading out already? But this right here is uncombed throughable. I just I just wanted to wear this, do this as a protective style. I was gonna wash it today, but I think I'm gonna wash it on Saturday. I think because I rinsed out the stuff I printed today in the mornings, and I told y'all how I'm considering my hair as if it's thin, thin, or straight, and it's hard to lock, but it's locking anyway. I would show you that. I gotta show you. See? Anyway, so it's locking, and this is the way I want it without the rubber bands, of course. But I put the rubber bands in September the 1st because I said I want to try this as a protective style so that when people ask, I can tell them. I have a protective style for your locks. The only thing you have to do is make sure this part does not marry. And if you're one that likes bothering your hair, because it still gets connected no matter what. I'll be doing this. Oh no, hold up. And some of these ends are like the scraggly ends. When you pull them, they're like long. But do you see how thick that is? Look, you can actually see the hair. I don't have to go. You can see it. Well, I can. Probably because I know where it is, right? Anyway, now I'm just talking. You can go whenever you want.